In about 14 days, I'll be packing a bag. I'm going to be packing the most beautiful dresses that I've been buying online, trying on all my different, most on-brand outfits. I'll be packing a bag, getting ready to go fly to Florida to meet hundreds of the women that I've been getting to know online in different courses and different offers, and meeting one of my mentors. The event, Freedom Queen Live, is the event of the year. And I have Bridget show you what it's going to be like to be there in person with all the other women who are living with the same idea of joy and happiness and what business is like. Hi, Bridget.
Hi, I'm so excited.
I am too. I just like the day is coming up close and I'm like, what's happening right now?
I don't know what day it is. Everyone's like, we have this amount of days left. I'm like, I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like that's years though. Like anything can happen in the shortest amount of time.
Yeah. If anything, I've noticed that recently so much.
We're in like a quantum season, a blow up season, a collapse time season right now.
Yeah, and it almost feels like collapse and also like it's stopped. Like, wait a minute, it's tomorrow. You know, like what day is it right now? It's tomorrow because I feel
Wow.
like from when I bought my ticket back in December, so much has happened since then, and it's just like speeding by.
It is. It truly is. And like diamonds are made under pressure. And I
Yeah,
think there's something about that. You know, it's like giving yourself a deadline. When you come to Freedom Queen Live, you have 2 weeks now to be this type of
yeah,
person. Like, who are you going to be by the time we get there?
yes,
It's like, that's such a gift. So many people, the reason they don't have what they want is because they haven't given themselves a deadline
yeah.
to make that happen.
And you know, the way I've been speaking to this, and it's true. Like in my soul, the moment I booked my ticket, it felt like an actual shift in my DNA. It's
Yeah.
like the brain just goes there like, oh, okay, there is, maybe it's a body goal, a number goal, a business goal, or even to have certain things have done by then. It kicks
Yeah.
you into gear.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it completely. Myself, my team, like the way our business has been
Yeah.
growing since deciding to do an event, like Freedom Queen, you, Irene, are living proof that like when you say you're going to do something, you do it and you find the way no matter what.
Yeah. You know, I really lean into that energy of the no matter what. And it's because of Freedom Queen. Like, look, before I say this, like ultimately it's me doing the work. I'm the one doing the work. I'm the one showing
Yes.
up. Like, yes, absolutely. So I'm taking all the credit. However, having the event date in the back of my mind or in the forefront of my mind has really pushed me to kick things and turn things up a notch because I want to be able to look back and say, I tried. I gave it my all. And no matter what, I'm going to get the goal, but I gave it my all.
That that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking about this, it's like the least impressive thing about you is the amount of money you make. It's who you are. That's the only thing that actually matters.
Yeah. And it's just like, I've seen that, oh, that pressure thing you said about diamond. You guys, like, okay, I don't even know how to tell you the amount of change it's had about having the day. It just clicked onto me right now. Like, I say this with so much discernment. Take this with discernment. If I didn't have this event to go to on that date, I know I wouldn't be at the number goal that I'm at right now that I set myself because I didn't realize where I wasn't showing up until I
Mhm.
realized, freak, I have X amount of days to get that goal. You bet your butt I went into gear. Let me give you the end of the story. I met the goal. I met the goal. And I met that goal because I said, okay, I only have X amount of days. Let me just mess around, fuck around and find out. What if? What if? And then
Yeah.
I literally back against the wall,
Yes.
figuratively speaking, and I made it happen because of the date, because of the event.
Yeah. The back against the wall is like the best place to be. It's like the only way you can go is forward. So who are you going to be? And I remember conversations that we had earlier this year where you're like, I'm hitting that 100K goal. And I'm like, I know you are. Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And you did, and you made it happen. And like, I don't even think we really talked in that much in July,
August.
August, 'cause the
Yeah.
way our coaching was structured, you did 2 weeks in
Yeah.
July. It's like, I miss Irene. So I had no idea what was going on. And
Yeah.
so like, I was like, she's just doing her thing, you
Yeah.
know?
And it was like, oh, it was a death and rebirth. It was a death and rebirth. And I just saw quickly Sarah come on. Sarah's coming in the squad group. Sarah, are you still here? Gathering Light Yoga, having the group. So there's 14 in our group, 14 in our group that are coming together to Freedom Queen Live. And having that squad, like being together, part of that was also part of the motivating factor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like not only do you have a deadline of when you have to do this thing by, but then you have accountability.
Yes.
You have other
Accountability.
people that are like, you said you were you're talking about it, you're gonna do something. And like, again, diamonds are made under pressure. Some of the reasons why you watching this, you're not getting the big results that you want is because you're not putting yourself in spaces that force you to rise. It's like you have everything right now through this filter of small.
Yeah.
But imagine if you put it in through a filter of like the 100x. You will find a way. Your brain is miraculous. If you put yourself in situations like the human spirit can do anything. You've heard stories of like mother lifts burning car off of child. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You don't realize how strong you are and what you're actually capable of until you're truly operating for legendary levels.
Yeah. And you can see yourself moving in that. I just can speak from my experience that just happened. I saw myself moving and it's like, wow, I was actually playing little. I was actually playing small because
Yeah.
I saw that back against the wall. Oh, Irene, you have a lot more in you. You do have time to XYZ. You do actually know how to XYZ. You were just thinking that you weren't. And I thought I was moving big. I thought I was.
Yeah. Yeah. Until you put yourself in a new arena and you have no choice but to show up at that next level. And you're like, maybe you have conversations with people and they're operating for a different result. And you're like, okay, that whatever you're facing right now literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When you're operating at this bigger level because you forced yourself to show up that way and then you're walking the stage.
Yeah, we had that. So we had the conversation. I had the call earlier today with the girls that are coming in the group. And this is at every different level. The fears, the thoughts, the things that actually come up of being in a room with that many women and successful women and being really called forward and just choosing to be that one person.
That's true. It comes up a new level, new devil. It's like you get to the new arena, there's a new giant to fight. But the thing is, like, you become stronger through doing that thing. If you want to get to the next level, you're going to have to fight some demons along the way.
Well, and coming along with, again, back to having a date for it, in our call this morning, it was like, okay, who were you when you booked the ticket? Are you, and in the most loving way, are you proud of the last 2 months, from when you book your ticket? I took them back. Like, go back to when you booked your ticket. Are you proud of the work that you've done from what you said you were going to do when you booked the ticket?
Yeah.
And then you get a chance to reconnect. Okay, chop chop, we have 16 more days left. Now you have a choice to get back on that and be the person you said you were going to be. Start over or go bigger.
Yeah. You're going to watch people that are coming to Freedom Queen Live that bought their ticket. When you buy your ticket, like, change, like identity shift like no other. Like, I'm talking with people and they're like, everything is changing day by day, second by second, minute by minute as we lead up to the event of the year.
Okay, but I gotta share something with you right now. We are getting so close to Freedom Queen Live 2024, the conference happening September 26th in Tampa, Florida. I am so excited. Like, it is a 4-day event. We're going to have speakers, workshops, and I'm doing this event not because I want to have a room filled with every single person in Freedom Queen, but because I want to create an experience for you, an event horizon, a gateway where you leave never being the same, where you exit Freedom Queen Live going, okay, I know what to do. I know how to build a movement. I know how to build a community. I know how to create content to serve them. I know how to sell. And I know how to be the one that can build the movement over and over and over again. That's the number one thing I keep hearing from people that have already purchased their tickets for Freedom Queen Live is they're like, I'm excited about all of the content, but really what I'm excited for is to be someone and know that I can actually do this. I can build a multi-million-dollar company. I can create something extraordinary over and over and over again and actually do it. So I'm so pumped. This is going to change the game for Freedom Queen. It's going to change your life. It's going to create a ripple effect in the entire world. Make sure you click below to get your ticket for general admission, or if you want to be on a whole other vibe, join VIP, and I will see you at Freedom Queen Live 2024.
And you know what? Also, all the conversations that the back against the wall thing, when I was going for the number goal, the goal, all the conversations that I started back then, it's only going to snowball. I already know, because a lot of the conversations are still going, but they wouldn't even have been started had I not had the event. Like, okay, back against the wall, I got to do this, got to do that.
Yeah, even the doors that you knocked on that maybe didn't open are now going to open because of where you're at right now. It's like objects in motion stay in motion. So you created this insane momentum. It's so much easier now to keep that up. This is why I keep saying, like, it's actually easier to make more money than it is to make less money. Because when you're making more money, you have more momentum, you're stronger. Lifting little weights. Have you ever been to the gym and like you're actually a strong person, but you try to lift little weights, you usually fall over because like the resistance is not there to support you. So it's like, you might as well just go lift the heavier weights because that's what you can actually hold, and it's actually easier and feels better too.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I was just at the gym the other day, and my trainer said something funny. We're doing something like single leg. He gave me the dumbbell, and I looked like I was doing it very easy. But I'm just embodied. I'm like, I got this, you know? And I had to tell him, when I smile, it's hard. You know, I try not to it out, but it's hard. Trust me. So he's always like, Irene, heavier. Here's heavier. Here's heavier. I'm like, man, it's heavy. Trust me.
Yeah.
And the other day when I was stuck, he's like, it'll be easier with a heavier weight. And I was like, wait, what? He's like, it'll be, and I was like, are you tricking me? And he's like, oh, and we had a good laugh about it. He's like, it actually will be easier because it'll balance out differently.
Yes. I fall when I do little, but I rise when the weight's really heavy. And I feel like you have to lead something during the weekend at Freedom Queen Live. Like, we start on Friday, I think at like 9 a.m., Saturday at 9 a.m. Sunday, if you're a VIP, we actually have, I won't give it away, but we have something going on Sunday morning for VIP people that involves movement. But Friday, Saturday, like, there's a world-class gym at the Vinoy. I mean, I've already worked out there multiple times. There's like 3 studios. There's like a dance fitness studio, huge.
What?
There's a studio that's also huge. There's 2 like dance fitness studios. Like, they're like nice floors, mirrors, bars, like really beautiful. And then there's there's a cardio area and then a whole weightlifting area. And I was like, oh, and then there's a sauna, a dry sauna, a steam room, and a jacuzzi. And I was like, okay, everyone in Freedom Queen is going to be inside of the gym. You know, we're going to pack it in the morning of every single day.
Yeah. Wait, that's the gym. My wheels are turning. My wheels are turning. Janae's like, stop it. I know. Same. The room with the mirrors.
Yeah, there's two. Well, all mirrors have rooms, but there's 2 rooms that are like dance studio style.
Like embodiment. And like, you know what I'm thinking? Move and manifest.
I know. I know.
Bridget, move and manifest.
Literally, everyone's gonna be in the room. Like somebody recently told me, she's like, I would describe your clients as fit and strong. I was like, that is right. They are fit and they are strong. The event coordinators were like, should we have like soda and alcohol? I was like, no, we want water with lemon and healthy food, please. So like,
Yeah. Keep all that stuff away.
I'm like, sugary drinks? No, thank you. We don't want that.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, well, my wheels are turning, so I'm gonna plan something for early morning, and I'm organized something for Thursday morning before we even start.
Okay, what time do you arrive? Or
I
what
get there
day?
I get there Wednesday night. So Wednesday at, I think it's like 3 o'clock. Oh no, 11 a.m. Something like that. Something early.
I mean, that's just, the place is beautiful.
Yeah.
I was just there for 4 days and like, it's gorgeous. Like, I was just imagining all of the women in their towels in the dry sauna, like talking and networking and like in the jacuzzi. The pool area is beautiful. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. And then there's like the water. So like there's a really good restaurant I went to one of my last nights there with my mom, and it was amazing. So just like the whole area is there. It's so beautiful.
Christina, book your ticket. Come with us. There's still time.
So much time.
The water thing, everybody at a sunrise, perhaps? Oh my goodness.
At the water, is that what you said?
Yeah, a sunrise together. This is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, there's also like really cool spots around the Vinoy. So there's like all the inside space, but there's also like courtyards with grass and outside, and it's also really hot in Florida right now.
All right, so it's a full thing. It's a full thing, and I just like. Do you remember when I first was coming? I wanted to come by myself. Remember, I was like,
That's
I
right.
don't really want to invite anybody. I just want to come and be.
You have 14 people coming, and like 6 more. I'm gonna say 20 people coming. Christina, make sure you message Irene and get your ticket like right now.
Yeah, and it just the beautiful thing about that is anybody that's here watching and watching the replay, my genuine excitement for the event had people asking me about it. My clients wanted to come, and then the moment one of my clients was like, "Wait, I want to come," and it just shifted. I mean, like, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna have a squad. We have a group.
Yeah, because it's like I keep telling people this, bringing people to Freedom Queen Live, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about one woman in that room sitting down and changing her life.
Yeah.
I was first invited to a conference that I didn't know. It was $1,000 each. I flew around the world, Europe to Florida to be there. And I'm so glad that I was invited to go to that conference because that's the reason why Freedom Queen Live exists. And so it's like, why not blast it? Why, like, go tell the world about Freedom Queen Live, because one woman can change the entire room. Like she'll change the entire online industry by being there in the room.
And from that aspect of it, and then also seeing the people that you see online every day, offline, in the moments where you're just sitting there, in the moments where that giggle comes out, in the moments where the most you-ness comes out off the camera, is something that you can't put into words, but it's really special too.
It's like it brings it closer to you. You're
Yeah.
no longer afraid. The moment, I think one of the best moments that will happen for you at Freedom Queen Live is when it clicks in your body. You're like, I can do this. Like I can. Like it's a knowing. And there's nothing more powerful than a knowing. It's like, I'm going to do this no matter what. I know it in my bones, full bodies, yes, certainty. That's the power of being in the real room. And people that stay online, you're going to have an okay business. Seriously, this is just a fact. You're going to have an okay business. People at Freedom Queen Live, this event is changing the entire online coaching industry. Like the entire online coaching industry is attending this event. People that leave this event will blow up. There's going to be, you're going to tell. There's people that went to Freedom Queen Live and there's people that didn't go to Freedom Queen Live.
Yeah. And I'm even just thinking the networking, the collaborations, like we're here to grow, we're here to expand. I'm already thinking of how many creative reel, like have a list. Okay, I would love to get a video with so-and-so to create this reel, and then potentially talk about like the energies that come alive when you're with somebody in person and what can be created from that.
Yeah. It's like your network is your net worth. Like true high level people who I love this. I'm already blowing up. I'm not even there yet.
Lavina, she's in the squad. Yes.
Lavina. Yeah. Tell us about it. How you're blowing up. It's like just being in that room will change you on a cellular level. It will just change how you see the world. It will bring everything closer to you. And people operating at a high level, I collaborate with people. I don't have competition. You don't have competition. And when you see that, I love what you said, Irene, like the people in this room, you get in the room with people and you have conversations with them. One conversation is
Yeah.
worth the entire event. One thing you, even if you're not in the convo, but you overhear someone say something. I'll give you an example. I was just at a conference last weekend in Vegas, and I was taking the shuttle back to the hotel because the where it was hosted was not at the hotel, and I'm sitting next to this guy, Irene, and he goes, I'm like kind of tired. It's late at night. We had all day. And he goes, yeah, I just like sold my company for 50 million and I like had all these lawsuits that I had to go through and like here's how I transitioned out of being the founder and here's how I'm reinvesting my money. And I'm like, wow, this man next to me just sold his company for $50 million. What a blessing that I get to listen to that. And I spent to be there like $5,000 to be in that room. And then I signed up. He gave us the opportunity to buy the conference in February. So I was like, I bought it there. I spent another 2,000 to be at the conference in February. And so it's like all of that was worth it just for that one conversation. Why? Why is it worth it? It shifts your identity, which it's not that people are smarter than you, it's that they see the world differently than you. And so it's like, how can you shift your identity? Well, you shift your identity by being around other people that see things that you don't see. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I could sell a business for 50 million. Oh, I could have an exit because it brings it closer to you.
That's like landing in a whole different way. Mm, that's just landing. Because it's so true. And it's people that you wouldn't be around but in that setting, in that amount, in that quantity altogether too.
Yeah, not, Freedom Queen Live, what makes it so different than other conferences is it's a
Yeah.
quality conference. The people, like we've optimized for a specific buyer to be in that room, someone who is courageous, someone who cares about their people. Like you just, okay, am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like quality over quantity. Like people in the room care about other people. They care about their mission. They are family focused. Like when you're at Freedom Queen Live, you're a part of the family. No one's in your competitions. Like every conversation you have with someone's going to be of high caliber.
Yeah. Yeah. When we were on the call the other day, the group call, and you were saying about it's church, it's this, it's that. And so many of the women that were on the call had something to say about it. I was like, it's a festival. And what came to my mind was family dinner, because you get to know, like, I know so many of the women that are coming, so many. And
Yeah.
that's a whole different entity in its own.
There's never going to be another one like this one
Yeah.
because this is the first time where we all get to meet in person for the first time, which is special. There
Yeah.
will be next year, but next year, if you don't come to this year, we're all going to know one another, and it is different. It really, like, I don't care how open you are and caring you are, you have to break through because now at Freedom Queen Live 2025, there'll be alumni badges
Yeah.
and you'll know everything and you'll know me. Like, we've already met in person. Like, Irene, I'm sure is going to get, I think right now, I think you're qualifying for the Costa Rica retreat. It's like, we'll go to Costa Rica together. Like, there's things that will happen that other people just aren't going to get access to.
Yeah. Oh, I'm already ready to be there. I'm already ready to be there. Well, what tickets are we at, Liv? We're at like 95, 96 left. What is it?
Left.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll have to check with the team. The last time I checked, it was 97.
Yeah. We have like Christina, we're talking to Christina early, like, yeah, there's time, but also there's not time. There's
Yeah.
not time.
So I found out something interesting when I was at the hotel. There's more tickets available than there are actual hotel rooms at the hotel. So it's not even just like tickets selling out. It's also like the entire, like the whole hotel itself will be sold out by the time
Oh
we get to
gosh.
Freedom Queen Live. And you have to like stay down the block. So it's like the time is now. And if you have been thinking you're on the fence, a couple people have been like, I knew I was coming, but I just had to press send. I just had to go. And they were
Yeah.
like, I'm so glad I did. I was like, what is holding you back? And they're like, I don't know. Let me just press it and go and I'll be there. And she's like, as soon as I signed up, I signed on a 10K client because it shifted my identity and who I'm going to be.
Yeah. And that's the truth. Like that is just, it's fact. There is a shift right away. And then you have the, because it's happened to me so many times, the opportunity to reconnect to the shift and then shift again and then shift again and be reminded. Like I keep saying this too, it's the biggest embodiment practice you'll have. It's the biggest embodiment practice because you just, it's like you are her. You have to be.
Yes, you have to be. There's no other
Yeah.
choice. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to the biggest.
Are we losing? Are we fully stuck? Are we coming back? What's happening? Oh, there we are. Can you hear me?
Am I back now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know where we cut off, but if anybody's on
Yeah.
the fence part, if anybody's on the fence, like what there is, it's only positive. It's only up from here. And it's like the moment you join with the obvious DNA shift and all the shifts, you have access to so many women that understand what's happening, that are gonna be there.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah, somebody said to me the other day who upgraded to VIP, she was like, do you understand that you're getting access to what would normally cost you if you invested in every single person that's speaking from stage? This is just from the stage conversations. Every single person from the stage, that would cost you probably like $500,000. If you did, like, if you invested in all speakers across the state, actually probably more, closer to $1 million in investments. And you're getting all of that for one weekend. Plus the conversations you're going to have with people that aren't speaking on the stage.
The network that you're going to have from just being there and meeting people in person. Somebody else said something, I think it was Remy, you said that when you have the speaker there, that speaker is condensing all their years of knowledge into one speech. That blew me away. It's like a shortcut.
And it's like the most, like I'm working with every single speaker on their speeches and I'm hearing it and I'm like, yeah, that's going to change someone's life. Like that one sentence, like at the conference, you better be there with your journal, writing like a mofo while people are listening, taking it in on a body level. It's like, okay, like when I'm at a conference, I'm like this. I'm like, okay, and this. And then she said this. Okay, great. I can do that. Let me implement this. Okay, great. Like that's the level of execution because I listen to every single speaker. Every single speaker has something to offer you no matter what level you're at in business.
Buckle up. Buckle up. Buckle up. And when you come with Squad, with the group that I have coming, instant access to our group to where we're going to be meeting up together there. It's not, we have one event there. We have one more group call left and we're really just supporting each other. Today we had a call, we went over some content. We did some mindset work and really I'm supporting my crew in what they need for that next level of themselves. Whether it's content, whether it's a mindset thing, whether it's let's get your body in the gym and change it up. Let's like be our happy, hot, richest, like the wealthiest, healthiest, and hottest version of us by then.
Yes. Yeah. I'm doing that. I doubled down with my personal trainer. I was like, can you meet extra?
Yeah. We're going to double.
Yes.
Yes. So if when you're ready to book your ticket and to come on in, DM me, Freedom Queen Live, FQL, and let's get it going. The time is now because it's around the corner.
It's here.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna sell out these tickets and then there's gonna be a wait list. And you're like, gosh dang it, I wish I would have signed up earlier for this. Do you have any sort of bonuses that are expiring coming up?
I actually have a 2 week bonus that I offer for the girls, and it's going to be it will expire by the time we get there. But if you come in, you'll have access to be able to have 2 weeks of Telegram with me.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
I wish when I went to my first conference that somebody offered me this.
Yeah.
Because when I went to my first conference, I knew no one. I had the rookie badge. I looked like a newbie. I was so scared, Irene. Every single person. I didn't know anyone. Besides, I was with my partner, Robbie, who's also speaking on stage. But when he would like go off and talk to somebody, I would have to go off and talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you're with Irene, who's an incredible leader, and then you're with everyone that Irene's bringing, like, you are already 100x ahead of where I was when I first went to my first ever conference.
And I'm glad you asked that actually, or said that the story about being around people, because that's something actually I spoke to with a group. I used to throw parties for a living. I used to be like, have to uphold a vibe at the Las Vegas day parties. And
Cool.
something that I'm really good at is talking to people and communicating. And a big thing that we were talking about on one of the calls is communication skills, talking to people. And
Yeah.
you get a benefit when you know people are ready, they're going to be there, but also having a home base and just knowing like, okay, I'm going here, go there. And I encourage everybody, like, we're there together, but we're not stuck together. You're there to network, you're there
Yeah.
to meet people. And communication skills is a under talked about skill for the online life.
I would make a game with it. Like I would do like, can everybody go? Who can meet the most people every day? And so what I used to do when I go to big like 5,000 person conferences, so this is a great one. On my notepad, I would write like after I met someone, their name and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I would, in notes, you can like tally it by number. I would try and get to 25 every single day. And what's so cool about this event is like, you're going to be famous. Like there are people there that have seen you on the internet. I'll never forget, Irene, last year I was at a conference. I was coming down this escalator and some guy was like, your business is Bridge from TikTok. And I was like, wow, the internet really is forever. Like
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
you know me. I have no idea who you are. You've been watching. And that's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to you,
Yeah.
Irene, and everybody else that's watching as well.
It's a beautiful feeling. I've had that happen before. I was leaving Pilates one time, and somebody was like, Irene. And I was like looking, and I looked like a deer in headlights. She's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I know you, but I don't. I follow you on Instagram. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're like, hi.
I'm like, thank goodness. And that's also like, thank goodness I am who I am behind the scenes as I am online. Because imagine
Yeah.
outside walking around all one way. That's a different conversation, but there's room for you at my table.
The best
Yes.
table ever.
Yes. Thank you so much, Bridget. Countdown is here.
I can't wait to see you and meet you in person. And I cannot wait for that moment where all of your people are sitting in the audience, wherever, and the announcer announces your name and you walk across that stage and we have a moment together where we're just like, you did it. I'm crying. You did it. And then there's going to be another year where you're like getting your million and multi-million, but like this moment
Yeah.
will be I have chills. Like, it'll just be a moment that you and your people, the ones who see you going first, it'll be burned into their memory book forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm remembering like my beautiful step ladder in your product suite, and the one that really sticks out to me was a line in the sand one when it was in March, I think. And that was this moment for me that's the moment that I celebrate because that was a moment when it all changed. Really did draw that line in the sand, and she is me now, that woman.
Yeah, you're her.
Yeah.
And I get to be hurt when you walk the stage.
I cried. Waterproof mascara.
Yeah, I know. All the emotions are gonna be happening during, like, it's just gonna be so many chemicals and serotonin and dopamine,
Yeah.
everything happening that
I was
weekend.
just thinking about that. I was picturing my moment with you on the stage. I'm like, that's one moment for me. She's gonna have how many? Like, how are you? Oh my gosh.
It's so crazy because Freedom Queen's been around for a couple of years, a good amount of time. And like we all know each other from the internet. We
Yeah.
don't know each other in person. And also there's so many people I've never met before coming to the event. And there's so many people who literally just found me on the internet and bought and was like, I don't know, but I'm coming because this sounds like fun. And it sounds like the event that could change my life forever. And so those people are going to be there too, who it's their day one in Freedom Queen.
And you get to meet, like, you find your people through these types of events. One of the girls that was on the call this morning, she was somebody that I had never spoken to before. And she commented FQL in my post, and now she's in my world. And I met her today on camera. I was like, oh my gosh, it's just like this instant connection.
Wow. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And for those of you, if you're watching from my audience, I'll share this to my feed as well. If you're watching from my audience, we'll upload this to our podcast as well, but DM Irene FQL to come with her because I'm looking at a living legend. I'm looking at someone that doesn't just say, I'm going to make money. You actually do it. You hit the award you said you wanted to hit, which is very profound. You're walking the stage. You have this crew with you. Like in this season, I'm talking about being an influential leader. That's what you are. Because when you do something, people listen, they follow you, and you're a woman of your word, and that's all that matters.
That's a good spot to finish this. Thank you. Thank you, Bridget. All right, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Lauren's coming. And Bridget, I will see you in person so soon, but I'll see you in Telegram.
Okay. I'll see you at Freedom Queen Live.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.